Guys. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. I have finals tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, so I'm trying to study and get all my shit done, and then I completely forgot about this video, so it is my favorite topic, so I'm really pissed that I didn't get a chance to plan, but it's also kind of good because I can just talk to you about my favorite movies without having to worry about it. And sorry, I'm looking like shit. It's finals week. Alright, so my favorite horror movie. Let's start there. Then I'm just gonna tell you about my favorite movies and why they're my favorite movies. Seven. It's a movie starring Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. It's a movie about two detectives who are trying to catch a killer who is murdering people in like seven sins type fashion. Like the three murders that we see, that we actually see, are lust, no, gluttony, sloth, and greed. Those are the ones that we see, and then throughout the movie you kind of get to see more. And I love this movie because, number one, I love Brad Pitt. And it's just the end scene just makes me so sad. It's a great book. Great book. It's a great movie. And so if you haven't seen it, you definitely should watch it. It's not really scary, it's more of a thriller. And it's there are parts of it that are really ugh. So if you're not comfortable with blood and guts, then I wouldn't watch this. But I mean, otherwise it's a really good movie. Princess Bride. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to go out and watch it. You need to go out and rent it right now. It is starring Carrie Elwes, and I don't know the girl's name, and it doesn't say, but it's directed by Rob Reiner, who's done a lot of movies. So, you should all see this movie. I'm not kidding you. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to. It's about a girl who falls in love with a princess who falls in love with a farm boy, and then he gets taken away by he goes to, oh fuck, why does he leave? I don't remember, but then he gets captured by Dread Pirate Roberts, and you think he's dead, but then later he comes back. I don't know. It's a really good story, and it's really funny, and it's got a great storyline to it. And if you haven't seen this movie, you need to. It's got action. It's a romance. It's best by far sword fighting scene I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this is up with Empire Strikes Back sword fights. I mean, that's lightsabers, but still, I'm just saying. So you need to see this. Alright. Now, the next three are kind of all together. Kill Bill 1 and 2 and Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is my second favorite movie ever. It is honestly one of those movies that I could just watch a million times and never get tired of. It's starring Bruce Willis, Uma Thurman, John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, and Harvey Keitel. And it's just really good. It's really funny. And it's top movie. There are so many quotes from this movie that are just so funny. Alright, Kill Bill 1 and 2 are amazing because, number one, it's cultural. It's very interesting to watch just because of the different cultures throughout it that you kind of get a feel for. And the fight scenes, oh my god. If you need to see this movie. You need to go out and get both of these. They're so worth it. They're so funny, and Uma Thurman is amazing. I love Uma Thurman. So if you haven't seen any of these three, you need to. I would actually watch Pulp Fiction first because it gives you more of an idea of who Quentin Tarantino is if you don't know who he is. Alright. My Big Fat Greek Wedding is a huge family movie. Me and my mom watch it all the time. It's starring Nia Vardalos and John Corbett. It might be Corbett. I don't know. But it's about this girl who is getting married to, or falls in love with a boy who isn't Greek, and it's just like one of the funniest movies I've seen in my life, and my mom and I quote it every day, and it's just like our favorite movie to watch together, and it's a really cute love story, and if you haven't seen it, you should, and you should definitely watch it with your parents because it's one of those types of movies. And it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites because of how like funny it is. I mean, there is not one part in this movie where you're not like laughing as like, oh, it's a great movie. All right, I Love You Man, starring Jason Segel and Paul Rudd. This is mine and my best friend Aaron. It's our favorite movie to watch together. Like, there's not one funny, like not one scene that isn't funny in this movie. It's like, I can't even think of a line in the movie that's not funny. I mean, Paul Rudd and I have a thing for bromances, and their bromance is like spot on, best thing ever. And so if you haven't seen this movie, you need to. It's hilarious. Watch it with your family. It's so funny. Oh my god. And I love Jason Segel. If you haven't seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, you should see that too. This was like one of my favorite movies growing up, Holes, starring Shia LaBeouf, Jon Voight, and Sigourney Weaver. It's just one of those movies. It's like got a great story, and I think Shia LaBeouf is like the cutest person ever. Okay, sorry. But if you haven't seen this, you need to. It's about a boy who gets, he just has really bad luck, and he gets framed for stealing a pair of shoes, and then he has to go to this camp where they teach you, like, it's like a boot camp where you dig holes to like build character and like not be a bad person, and it's really funny. Sorry, foul mouth. It's really funny, and it's got a great ending, and it's just really cute. All right, I gotta go soon, so I'm gonna get these done fast before my battery on my laptop dies. All right, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Breakfast Club. Well, The Breakfast Club is my favorite movie on the planet ever in the history of forever because number one, I love Molly Ringwald. Number two, I love John Hughes. There's nothing I don't like about this movie. It is my favorite movie of all time. I have the entire script memorized for whatever reason, but I mean, like, it's just one of those movies that you have to see, and if you haven't seen it, you need to. It's about these 5 kids who are stuck in detention together, and they kind of like find out who each other are, and that, you know, their lives kind of change because they're so vastly different, and then they get together, and it's an 80s classic. I'm a huge 80s fan. It is my favorite movie ever on the planet, ever in the history of forever. Like, I have 2 Breakfast Club posters on my wall, and I have the script saved to my computer. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay, number 1, Matthew Broderick is gorgeous in this movie. I love him, and I love Paul Rudd. Not Paul Rudd. What's his name? Oh my god, why can't I remember his name? Alan Ruck. Don't know where I got Paul Rudd out of there.